Well, good afternoon. It's VindaCator here from iPlayMore.com. Quick reminder, subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Make sure you go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for our video game test of Thunder. I'm the game designer, developer, and producer for a game called Thunder. Thunder Throne Wars, to be precise. Throne Wars is the gameplay. Takes place right here. Hey, Henrique. Hello to everybody out there. So, this takes place in the Milky Way galaxy. You might know this place. You might even live right where it says sun. I know I've got a few friends there. And but if we travel down the Carina Arm, we come to the Stellar Jewel Box Nebula NGC 3603, as NASA has called it. And then they took this picture. And this picture just kept coming up. And so I thought, you know what? We got to put our game there. So we put our little planet Nebulous Prime. We talked to JPL, and they said if you wanted to have, rings around the planet, they said it would be spiral rings. So we just did something a little different and unique. Come and zoom in here on the land. You can start to see the islands there. And then this is our mock-up of the islands, the different arenas that we want to make. So today we're going to be looking at Bear Isle. It's our main focus, our idea. It's funny because when I did the last version, we were trying to make this big island. So this time we're like, we're going to make just one island, but it's still very big. But there's a reason for that. And then we're going to come over here and start on these arenas over here. Bane and Underground are both underground levels. And then we'll do Abyss, secondly. And you can fight and take territories, and the more you win, the more you can control different arenas. So that's called a metagame that takes place over top of the game. Makes it much more fun and exciting. Makes your winning and losing count, which I think is important. So we had a professional artist come along, and I always kind of stop because he doesn't want me to talk about his real name. He wants me to talk about his game name. So always kind of gets me. But anyways, so this is Bear Isle here. And so this is a professional map done by a professional map maker. And here's what we're going to be looking at today. So you can see on Bear Isle, we used to have the brood way over here, but that's just way too big. This is from nose to tail, 6 miles. So for you Canadians, it's like over 6 kilometers. So yeah, that's pretty big. So anyways, what we've done, and here's the thing is, you know, making a multiplayer game, it should be obvious, make the multiplayer first. We didn't do that. We started in single player mode. I didn't know there was any difference. We were new to the game engine. But I think now with the Kin Castle here and the Brood Fortress here, this looks like the right sort of space. What are we going to do with the rest of this Bear Isle? Well, we're going to use it. Jordan had a fantastic idea to put training areas in. It wasn't really his idea. He was just saying there should be some training. People are not going to get the game. And so me being Mr. Creative and taking positive out of the negative, that's what we're going to do. So, and some environmental concept art. So Forever, that'll be the second arena we're going to be working on. Here's some gates for it. Here is where we're going to be putting our shrine for the Eternal. So we stepped up to Eternal, trying to get ahead of everybody. And concept art for Eternal. And I flipped it over just so you kind of look back and forth and get that little horseshoe shape. And then the castle. So Henrique's got to study this and figure out how to make this into a real castle. And the concept here is that the river comes to the tree, splits. The tree is where you spawn. And it splits. And then you can push buttons to not only close the gates and lock down your castle, but also open up the drawbridge and open up the floodgates and wash away the enemy. That's the concept. Got to do something here. Guys, I'm still looking for ideas. How do we match that on this side? Anyways, this is the brood side. So again, the tree will be up on the volcano, and the volcano will be the lava. So we'll figure that out. And the central fountain. And still got the crowns in here. I love this. I'm so busy I haven't pulled anything out of here. I'm kind of glad. So been using these for the investor presentation, talking about legacy, how your name gets put on an item. Even after you sell it, you're the creator of the item, and it lasts forever. So that's the legacy. But Henrique did an awesome job on these jewels. I'm so happy about that. It looks so awesome. So you're actually going to wear these crowns. This is the King's crown. So when you're kicking butt and you're the top guy, you will be wearing the King's crown. And that's what it looks like. There'll be different crowns for the different ranks. It's a system called role-playing by rank I designed. But that's all we got so far. And here is Uriel. So he's a bad guy. And so we did them up for concept. So this is the newer version. And then the layout for what we'll do for 3D modeling. Got a bunch more, but that we've kind of put that stuff on hold. We've moved it down a little bit. So I've been playing a little bit of Quake Champions. I gave this new guy a try with his turret. It was all right. They also nerfed my character I always play. So now he's not allowed to shoot grenades and shoot his gun at the same time. I thought it was a bug, but I don't know. It's kind of getting unplayable. It's a problem with all these games. They make them too good, and then people complain, and then they wreck them. So, note to self: do not wreck your game by what people say. Just make the best game you can make, and leave it. So, that happened with Enemy Territory Quake Wars too. If you load that game and not get the patch, it's the most incredible, well-balanced game I've ever played. Then a bunch of babies cried, and they ruined the game. So, it's interesting. So, note to babies: don't cry. So anyways, played a little bit of Dirty Bomb. You can see I came in second here and we won. Look at these repair times. Pretty fast, but look at this. I mean, I've never seen a game that fast. So I only got 2 kills and 2 deaths because we just flew through it. Repaired the EV in 22 seconds, escorted it in 1:58, and a minute 7 to blow up the final objective. So now here's an interesting image. So this is, I never ever see this. I can't remember why. Oh, I see why, because there's no enemy. You see that? So we had no enemy in this specific game. And I looked out one of the windows, and here is, somebody did all of this work on this courtyard and trebuchet. Hey, I remember the name. Built this trebuchet and all this stuff, and you never ever see this. So this is a screenshot I took of myself to say, hey, don't do a whole bunch of extra work where nobody's ever going to see it. So here I am, first place in Dirty Bomb, and some pretty good times, and we won. Led my team to victory, so it's great. And another victory, second place. So this is a Lagar, so this is one of our NPC characters. So he's half a lion, half a tiger, but he's highly intelligent. So on this planet that we've created, you're going to find all of these intelligent NPCs, all unique, and all with their own story. And I'm not going to say too much about that. And there's the weapon that he has. There is the prince and the princess. Just some very early stage mock out. So we just kind of have an idea where it's going. And then here's an image I did. I just wanted to take Tally in her action image. And this wonderful job of concept art for Suyel. And kind of have them face off here a little bit. Show a little bit of an action image of how the game is going to look. Hey, how you doing? Zaktos. Oi, he says. Now, Henrique did this. Now, this is very cool. I've got these vision statements, and all I'm going to say about them is it's just us trying to figure out what we're going to get out of this. And so I wanted this. The line is, so we're talking about making movies as well. And it's like, see the movie poster. So Henrique did our movie posters. I wanted to just show it. It's kind of a private thing that we have. It was so well done. I just got to show it in my stream here. All right. So this is our roadmap. I'm very happy to have this done. I roadmapped out our first 3 games and then removed the second 2 games because we don't need to think about that, and created the roadmap for the first game. Something that was requested by the lead programmer to lay everything on the table so he knew exactly what to program. And so that is done. And it feels really good to know, it's like putting what foot in front of the other. Henrique's over on YouTube. That's funny because he was just a minute ago on Twitch. So yeah, we're multicasting across both. A bunch of channels, so those are the two main ones. Anyways, oh yeah, these are the images, the mock-up images I did of Twitch, just showing the live broadcast and some of the stuff, logos, and new IMU Studios logo. Hang out in our Discord. You can earn mana. Mana is a currency, a real currency that you can trade for US dollars in our game. You can't trade today. It's not. We're still developing all this stuff. That's the other thing I got to say. This is very early stage. We got about 3 years left to go. Maybe more, maybe less. We'll have to see. And depends on the size of the team and how productive we are. Anyways, head over to iPlayMore.com and sign up for our video game test. So let's do a couple things. Let's turn on my camera. Wave hello. There I am. I wave hello just to remind myself that I actually have the camera on. And now I'm looking for the game. Here we go. So you got the Kin and the Brood. So we're going to join Kin. We've kind of got this thing basically set up. So you can see the bear. I'm coming down on the bear aisle here. Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for saying hi. All right, so a couple things going on here. One, we've got our inventory right here. It's going to be that simple. You walk up to it, open it up, and you're in your inventory, walk away, and you are out. The shrine here is filling up my shields. See that? 52, 53, getting me a little bit of core shield, which is a rare. And so we got that working. And look on that device. What is that? That is a readout of how much energy I got in the devices. So we got that working. Thanks to Michael. Thank you so much. That's, I don't know, to me that's like a massive accomplishment. It's kind of small, but the goal is to get things off the heads-up display, or HUD as you want to call it. And you can see we've got a whole mess of stuff there that we're going to work on getting off. All right, so I'm going to pick this up. This is freedom. This is my ability to fly. This is core shield. It's a rainbow shield. It protects you from everything. And so, oh yeah, we got this little bug. My shields are gone. Michael, that should have been fixed for today. I think I mentioned that on Thursday. Anyways, okay, so you can see we've got an objective here. And the objective says capture. Let's actually just turn it this way. You can see it. Capture 13 meters. So we're going to go there. So objective is complete, which means I've gone to the throne. I'm going to capture the throne. I'm going to pray here that we get a throne message. Here we go. All right. Okay, the first secret here is you need to stay until that announcement is finished, so you pick up at least 2 throne strikes. You see I got 3 now. Okay, so that's first stage of that, creating a kingdom. Pick up another. So let's show you what flying is like. So you just push your enter, and now I can fly. And I've got some speed. I can push shift and move quickly. So again, this is just in the editor, very early stage. But you know what? We got to go pick up these devices because they all have readouts. I said, Michael, just get me one. It doesn't even have to work. And of course, he got me all of them and they work. So let's have a look at that. So there we go. And it actually does function. So you can see it made a shot there. This isn't exactly right. That one's using 2. That one's using 1. This one needs to be, this is a note for Michael, that one needs to be more like the hedgehog. Oh, see, look at the 200 is flashing a bit too. You said you knew why that was on the... You see this one? That one streams. So that's correct. Oh, let's do my crazy thing here. So the game is in true 3D space, and what I'm doing right now is throwing up a bunch. Those are bouncers. Oh, they're bouncing behind me. Good thing for 3D audio. You see, they bounce. So those are going up in the air. And they are going to be, not yet, but going to be minorly heat-seeking. So they will be looking for enemies. And you could create a wall of them. So our stingers need to spin. That stinger there needs to spin. Looking mighty small, but maybe that's right. I don't know. It's so hard to do sizing in games. All right, so let's show you why I want to have 2 throwing strikes. You see I got 3 there. And I'm going to head to the center here. So here's my next objective, which is the fountain. And here's where I create a stronghold. So the first team member here with 2 throwing strikes, many people can come here and level up their energy. So you see on the device it says 200 over 200. Well, that second 200 needs to increase. There, I'm leveling up energy. So just a note there again on development. Ignore my little jiggly thing that's happening. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but what happens. So our shrines are working. Our shrines, these are also going to lock your kingdom. So right now, because I got a message on the screen, I'm not sure what that was. So what's going to happen above there, because I am kin, so the kin letter would be above that and would lock my stronghold. And then when I come down here and create a kingdom, now remember this multiplayer game, there's going to be enemies here. We aren't quite at that stage yet. And you can capture in this ring, so there's 3 chairs. So this is the fastest way to capture on the middle. But it's kind of like the Olympics, where there's a middle seat and a lower seat, and then a whole circle around there. And that came from testing. I did a test. All right.
King of Dominations.
So I am the king, and it would announce me as king. That's really where we're going to go with that. It's not just announcing a king, it's announcing a specific player as king. So I don't know, we're really jerky today, just ignore that. Something we haven't addressed yet. We also haven't addressed, we're just working on level of detail, and then we got to deal with culling, which is turning off the things. So right now if I turn around, everything's turned on, so we're going to fix all that. It shouldn't be that way. It should only be what you can see is visible and turned on. Another shrine here. Oh, let's go look at the ocean. So Michael did get the ocean in. Whoa! And I did all the audio. And it's unique everywhere. And there is a way to make bigger waves. So we're still trying to figure all this stuff out. But that does look pretty cool. But we got to get the bigger waves in, and we got to figure out how to get the ocean from being underneath the isle, because this is Bear Isle, and the ocean is completely underneath it. I'll show you that in a bit. Okay, so then my next objective is to create an empire. You can see that there. Let's just go like that. I don't know what's the best way to see it. Maybe like that. It says empire. So all I got to do is touch this throne. Now, what's cool about empires? Well, we've just relocked all the shrines. Now, technically, it's not happening at the moment. These are things we have to do. And you can see I'm collecting throne strikes. And if I look down, I've got this really cool menu. I can do a ice throne, a storm throne, a lightning throne. Did I do it? Yep. Let's go up and have a look. I did it while I was falling, which is not usual. Whoa. Oh, I missed. And I'm going to go right in the pit. And I got no more. Okay, so we're going to forget about that. So anyways, I created a lightning throne up there. And that is basically the next part of the gameplay is Ultimate Throne Wars, bringing those thrones slicing them across towards the enemy. And you can see that icon at the back, so that's our goal, is to destroy that, but we have to have thrones going from our side to their side. So you're hearing this water here, and our waterfall, we can't figure out why it's not looking correctly, but... So now here's the weird thing. So the beautiful thing is we got all of these holes open, and we were able to do it. It looks wonderful. Thank you, Henrique, for figuring that out. These guys tell me what to do, and I just tell other guys what to do because I'm not smart enough to figure that out. I got to figure out the more important things. Oh, and that's the other thing I got done today. I got the final edit done of investor video number 2. Basically what that is I want our guys to be able to pitch this. So I want to make a pitch deck, and then when I was doing it, I was reading that book again, Pitch Anything, and he's talking about telling your story and all that kind of stuff. So I put a story in there, and then I don't know. So I'm going to have to simplify it for the guys. I'll do that next week. But anyways, that video is done, and you could just show both videos. So anyways, so this is the ocean that is in the middle of our game. So because we have a pit below, we've got nothing going on below it yet. So that all still has to be done. I think Michael added that to his list. Now I kind of know where I'm going. And so we'll actually have somebody come in here and do some mushrooms and some rocks and that kind of stuff. I do kind of like it open though. And the other thing is, so here's the core. So what happens in our game? There is no death in our game. Death makes absolutely no sense. That you're going to kill somebody and they're going to push their button and respawn 20 seconds later. That's, like I say, 1980s is calling what's their game design back. Oh, I didn't realize there's actually an ocean in here too. So just ignore that. That's going to go away, but at the moment it's there. So what happens in our game is you get banished. So when you have 0 shields, so on my screen you can see I got no shields. That's a bug. So we got to get that fixed for next week. But anyways, all I'm going to be left with, all this is going to go away. I'm going to be left with just that device in my right hand. That scepter in my left hand will also be gone. I got to think about how that comes back. But anyways, that's a new thought there. Maybe you'll still have it. We'll figure that out in gameplay. Anyway, so you're going to drop down from the top, which is much higher than that ocean. And so this is where you drop into. And you've got nothing. You've got no shields, no devices, nothing. You've got this basic device called the claw. So what I try to do every week is go a little different route. So let's take this side path this time. So there's many ways out, and this is a fate worse than death. So in a game where you die, somebody headshots you, and then you got 20 seconds of count out. That isn't this. That would be very light. This is banishment to a lower realm. It's very, very weird how the light works in here. Anyway, so I'm going to try running a little faster, but you got to be careful because these places get a little narrow. Somebody made some very bumpy walls, which is good. That somebody knows who they are. Alright, let's see if we can run a little faster. So, as you can see, like this is a great place if you wanted to control the pit. Now, I just got to talk about that. What's going to stop somebody from the top game coming in here and controlling this? Well, there's not much, except you only get 1 point for banishing somebody in here. So it's not an optional, or sorry, that's not the right word. Optimum, that's what I'm trying to say. Optimum thing to do, because you're only getting 1 point, and if the person had 600 shield, you'd be getting 600 points. So that's much better to be in the main game, and that's how we balance that. All right, so I've taken that roundabout on the outside this time. Oh, we're going to find the ocean here. Just ignore this ocean. Pretend it's not there. I can breathe underwater. Hey, Mom. No. Actually, there's something really crazy I'm going to say. I don't think anybody realizes this. But next time you're drinking water, pay attention that you can actually breathe while you do it. I don't know how that works. But, you know, I always watch these ventriloquists. They drink water and they talk, and I'm like, well, how do they do that? Well, turns out you can breathe and talk Or sorry, drink and talk at the same time. Or breathe and drink at the same time. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so that is a rare energy. And here I come. Now we're going to have some devices here you can pick up, so let's just pretend I picked something up. We don't have these working 100% yet, so we'll just use this guy. Hey, that second 250 is flashing. I thought you said you knew how to fix that. Anyways. And then we got to adjust. Jordan set this up so that each shot... Where's my device? How come I can't see it? Oh, yeah. There we go. Each shot takes 1. That makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense to Jordan and to do this quick and dirty like he did, but it makes no sense because in the future game, you're going to be able to open up that device and set your recoil values, and so it's going to use more or less energy depending on how you set it. You know, you set it too high, it's going to be hard to make shots, except every shot's going to be more powerful. So you're going to have some choices on how you want to set that up, but that is in the future. All right, so let's show this stuff now. So we got shields, and these are not functioning. When he put in the energy on the device display, that stopped the shields from working because they weren't set up properly the same way. They were just a mock-up. But anyways, so if we just come right here, let's have a look at our character here. So I'm going to push G, spin my camera around, and you can have a good look. There's Suiel, so she's on the brood side. We only have one character in so far. Characters really do move down later in production, so we've kind of cooled our heels a little bit on character production. It would be nice to have all 16 playable characters in here, but that will take some time. Anyways, so if I push G a few more times, now in the real game, this is going to be a lot more complex. You're going to have 32 players pushing it, but you see what's happening. I have power-ups showing up. There we go. So freedom can be found, but these have to be discovered. So what we have here is, make sure I do this right this time, notability, which is 5 times damage. And these are all made, just so you know how deep our game goes, players are going to be walking around collecting collectibles and be able to make these things and sell them. That's how far we want to take this thing. So that's not today, but that's the plan. This is notch up. This is going to fill up your shields and your energy. And this is not with, which will make you invisible. So I can pick these up. For some reason, it's not as easy as it should be. Again, ignore that jumbly. So then with your arrow keys, so funny, I think I said something different last time I was watching the video. I say some silly things sometimes. It's just because I'm thinking about designing the game, thinking about everything I got to do before and after this event, and then I'm trying to play the game and move around and talk about it. So it's funny. So anyways, this one will make, this one's 5 times damage. So that's the most, I've never seen a game with more than that. Quake has quad, but it's truly not 4 times. It's more 3 point something times. 4 was just too much, I guess. But we do 5. There's a lot of shield in our game, so 5, you can handle 5. Then you've got the ability to fly and with freedom. Then you've got notch up, and then you've got not with. And there is a 5th one. You can go find that, which can be found in the pit. And you can go to the throne pits. I might change this, so no promises. But if I look right there, just do a nice little jump. And there it is. This is return. And so that gives me a 5th one. And what that one does is returns me to my home tree. And you can see now that I've captured the throne, I've got a force field here, so the enemy cannot go in here. So this now becomes my safe zone until they take the throne away from me. And so I've got a shrine in here, I've got an inventory, and I'm safe. So now I'm back out into the game. I don't know how I ran across there without jumping, but I guess it's possible. Oh yeah, see there's a little bit of sideways action. That's why I'm not using that device. So I've been, gotta keep this guy. So we still got some buggy stuff. So just so you understand what's happening is we've got some placeholder programming just to show you the gameplay here, and it's not complete. So you can see the force field behind there is kin as well, so it's blue, and that's because I own their throne. So if they took their throne back, they would take that back, and now I can enter their spawn zone, and it's my safe zone for my team. Very cool, very unique. At the end of the game, we're going to come build thrones all the way across the level, and we are going to destroy their icon and win the game. So there's 2 victory conditions in the game. 1 is to destroy that icon, and 2 is to eliminate the enemy team to the pit. So they're both possible. We're going to spend some time playing with it. Oh, more Sharpies, eh? Man, I thought I got all those. Michael gave me, oh, more and more and more. Gave me a setting where I can see those really good. So I'll have to come back in and fix that stuff. So we got ocean in over here. Unique ocean audio. Gets a little louder when you come out here to the peaks. Some interesting sound effects. If I can get to it, this map is a little big. I'm glad we're going to make use of all this stuff. All right. Most video games don't let you have a ground this bumpy. So I got this all done, working properly. We'll put some bigger waves in. Oh, I just want to mention, I guess to Michael, because Michael's going to be working on this. And that's, you see these lines? And you see what they're doing here? How they're creating, let me just go up in the air here. So that's actually something in the texture. Oh, you can see it. This is what I'm talking about. Phil was complaining about this, and I was saying, oh, that's the way it should be. But what it is a line file that's mixing textures. So that could be changed, adjusted, made a little different. I kind of like it. It's not 100%, but it's, I think it's kind of the right direction. I don't know. We'll find out. So there we go. So yeah, this place is pretty massive. So basically right now I'm out of the playable area. So my, oh look, my shields are all gone. The game's working. I'm just kidding. It's not exactly right, but. But that's basically what's going to happen is your shields will strip away, and then you can go do outside quests and stuff. And there's going to be a very strict area for the arena. I didn't want to go in the lake, so we don't have the underwater stuff done yet. I've got some plants there. You can see, but you can't see. It's like being in nothing. So we got to fix that, or finish it, I should say, not fix it. That's the lake. So I got the audio there. There's a whole bunch of audio I still need to put in. All the little creatures and the crickets and the birds. I think the birds now we might attach to the actual bird models that we've been making. In some cases, so that's the idea. So you got the rivers, got the waterfall, got audio and all that stuff. Put a bit of trees in. So yeah, it's coming along. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to talk about is the scepter in my left hand. So basically in my right hand, this is like a rocket launcher. Can do a rocket jump. Very powerful one. And in my left hand, now this is all set up on a separate button. But I can cast lightning. Now they're not connected. So what's going to happen, that scepter needs to be moved out a little further and look a little smaller. So it fits on the screen a little better. But it's going to cast lightning. And what lightning is going to do, and so this is where the whole name of Thunder and the Throne Wars all comes in. The throne, obviously, from the thrones, and the placeable thrones. And you can see up in the air, I've got a throne there that I placed. And so to place thrones, it's so funny when my guys are like, how do you place thrones? Like that. You got to just come in here, get some throne energy, look down, and then you get the menu. So let's put a storm throne. And it's a true 3D game, so I can, and these are not really functioning yet, so it's still very early stage. But we're going to be able to place these all the way across the level. They're going to have a range, so other players will place them further, you know, down the line towards the enemy. And when those thrones meet, the Ultimate Throne Wars is declared. And the winner of Ultimate Throne Wars, it's like a 2-minute battle. Basically usurps the enemy's supply line, so all their thrones. And then you are close to the icon. Of course, it would be the enemy icon, not my own. And then you can shoot that and destroy it. So on that throne is supposed to be a couple things. It's supposed to be a shrine, so it's supposed to fill up my shields and my energy. And it's also supposed to be no recoil, so that when I shoot my recoil device, it's a recoil device. You can see it pulls me. I can't remember. Oh yeah, we still have to do the. So this is the no recoil texture, but we haven't put those up here yet. Or anti-recoil, as our good British friend says. That's what he named it, anti-recoil. So, anyways, and you know that's the cool thing about this game is it's made up. In fact, all of the arena names. Maybe you don't know this. I don't think I've ever mentioned it. All of the arena names are from our very first developers. They came up with the names, and so that's what happened. So these are PEP, and PEP is a very cool invention. It is a drug. It makes you faster. It's so funny. The other day I was watching the video and I said 0.01. No, it's 0.1 faster. You can see I've got 11 of them now. And so this is just walking and this is running. And I can get 30 of these guys. Look how fast I'm going. Let's do a jump. All right. I do like that. So there we go. So the game's coming along. We got lots to do. We got the whole world to create. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention this code here. It's just placeholder stuff, just to show and tell. We've got the lead programmer. This week he should have the code base done. I've signed up on Amazon Web Services. That's where we're going to be setting up all of our server stuff, multiplayer stuff. So it's coming along a little slower than we'd expect, but hey, still unfunded. I gotta say though that these videos I've created, I'm watching them on a regular basis, and man, I am so excited about what we've accomplished here. I don't really think funding is going to be much of an issue. Our lead investor says that funding is going to be coming mid next month. Now there's no dates yet, but so I'm very excited about that. You can see that PEP just dropped right off, so they only last for a few seconds. So it's very addictive to get it. And here's my little story. So when we were testing our very first prototype, not this one here, but our very first one years ago, 2007-ish, my composer and we were PEP addicts, and we had to go get it all. And so he's got 30, I got 30. Nobody else could shoot us. It was just like the Matrix. We were moving in a different time frame, and we could shoot each other, but we couldn't shoot them, and they couldn't shoot us. And I'm like, I just invented the Matrix. Like, this is the real thing. So, and that's an accident. That's not me going, oh, I'm so smart, I can do this. It's always a problem. The problem was in Quake 3, you'd pick up haste and you'd move twice as fast. And Ricky's going to fix those jumping trees this next week. Anyways, you'd move twice as fast, but then when it went away, so just imagine you're moving like this, and then all of a sudden it goes away and you're moving like this. Well, all of a sudden the game feels so slow. So with PEP, my idea with PEP was that it would just be a gradual increase, 0.1, and a gradual decrease, removing 0.1 at a time. And it worked brilliantly. In fact, too good. In fact, and I never expected it to be something that you get addicted to. And, it's virtual. It's not really making you high, but it's like a drug. It's very addictive. But that's good. That's a great way to make video games. And you just come down here, and It's all coming from this plant right here. It's growing, pet, and dropping it, and rolling it, and I'm standing in the way. So you could just do this. Of course, that'd be a waste of your time. Better to just find a pile of it and run through it. And then you got all that incredible speed. Now, this game is a race. This game has everything in it. It's got tug-of-war on the thrones. So you saw that when I captured the throne, there was a red and blue line. Well, that moves depending on how many guys are capturing the throne. So if my team's capturing the throne together, it's going to move very fast. If the enemy's there, it's going to be tug-of-war. It's a race, so the first person to do things, first person to capture, first person to capture the make a stronghold at the fountain, to make a kingdom at an enemy throne, to make an empire at home throne, to hold for 8 minutes and create a dynasty. Whoever's doing that first, if you're in first place, that's what it's all about. Now, there is 16 versus 16 roles by rank, role playing by rank. And so it's good for everybody, but we reward those guys on top. And if, my gaming is any indication, is I'm not on top all the time. When I show you the screenshots, those are my best games. I don't show you the ones where I didn't do well. And there is probably more of those than the ones that I do. They're getting stuck. Let's see if I can help it. Still trying to decide if this is the way to do this. And I don't know. I think it is. I think we just leave it just like that. Messy. Because although then we're going to have grass and you won't see it, so maybe that's a bad idea. The whole idea was that it would roll down the middle of the road. I mean, in our first game, that's how we did it. So they were picking up some middle of the road. Anyways, I blabbled on long enough today. Blabbled. I made a new word. So remember that. Everybody say blabbled for the rest of their life. Anyways, babbled on for too long here. But very happy with the progress, guys. Things are looking great. And we've got a lot of little things to fix. We've got the whole world to build up. We've got financing to secure. But I got a feeling 2019 is our year. It's going to be fantastic. And 2020 is going to be just icing on the cake. So we'll all be in here playing together this next year. So we might just be weeks away from that. So we'll see. Anyway, it's going to be much easier with money in the bank. So that's the next move. Anyway, so let's escape this. And just wrap this up by saying go to iPlayMore.com, sign up for a video game test, and we'll see you in the server. So it's VindaCator saying thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, all those wonderful things that you can do to help us out. Share this and let us know. So have a great day, and we will see you next week. I'll be here every Saturday, and I'm really thinking once we get multiplayer up that I'll be doing this probably on a daily basis. I know that excites a lot of people. I know I used to broadcast daily. I just don't got time for that now. But it's going to be great. So have a wonderful day. It's VindaCator, and I am out.